So I'm continuing my tour of downtown Flemington, and I was just walking through the neighborhood here, and I saw this wild art in the window. So I ran inside and I said, whose place is this? And I found you.
It's my place. Welcome.
All right. So tell us, what's your name, and tell us the name of your gallery.
I'm Kev Von Holt, and this is the Kev Von Holt Gallery here in Flemington, New Jersey at the Stangl Factory. And I'm going on my 9th year being here, and I'm happy you stumbled upon it.
Yeah, this is really great. So tell me a little bit about how you come up with these. I mean, it's so colorful, and it looks like so much imagination in them.
It comes from many different places. Once it started with a way to deal with anxiety and things like that, and it's morphed into this entire gallery full of art.
So you say it comes from a place of anxiety. When I look at these pieces, like, I just think like joy, because all the colors, they look so happy.
Oh, that's kind of like the placebo effect. Like, creating this makes me feel happier.
Okay.
So it's kind of it's always worked for me. Creativity has always kind of saved me from,
Okay. So anxiety then turns into joy.
Yes.
Wow.
100%.
That's great, isn't it?
And just the love of creativity. I love to see what's inside. So I always like to, mess with different mediums and different ways of doing things, and kind of seeing what comes out from that.
So, and then once somebody buys one and brings it home, it's like spreading the joy.
It is. I love that. I mean, I'm so thankful to all the collectors and people that have supported me over the years, because I wouldn't still be on this creative journey without it.
Right. Well, I'm so glad that we're going to go inside and take a look. So, do you want to show us around?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Come on
cool. Great. So, Kevin, you were saying that you've been here for 9 years.
Yes, I have.
And do you actually do the paintings on site here, or do you do them someplace else?
No, I do most of the paintings. About 80% of them I do back here in the back.
Oh, okay.
And then I have another garage spot that I love to work in, that I've worked in for years. That it's just a place I feel comfortable and inspired. So it's kind of like a juggle between both spots.
Okay. Now, I know this is probably like an abstract question, like the art. Oh, see, I made a little joke there.
Good one.
But I know the paintings are all different sizes, and some have different mediums, but about what's the average amount of time that it takes you to do a piece?
I mean, anywhere, if things are going well, anywhere from a few hours to some take a few weeks.
Okay.
Ones like this painting right here, this took a couple of months just because of the intricate outlining and things of, really diving deep. But some can take an hour, and then you look at it and you're like, that's as far as it needs to go.
Okay.
So
I don't even know how you would even go about starting something like that. Like,
Right.
my mind doesn't even work like that. But is that layer upon layer of paint, or do you do like a basic outline at first? Like, what's the process?
It is layer upon layer, and some things that, as it's layering, you just kind of find and look at it and be like, well, maybe I should stop now, or maybe I'll, keep going with it, and then things get uncovered that you didn't really think that were going to happen. So
Okay.
some of them can be happy accidents like that, but other things are sketched out and kind of like with a rough idea. But I tend to prefer just kind of attacking it viscerally and just kind of seeing where it takes me, rather than trying to kind of force it.
Okay, so when you start it, you don't have a plan as to like what colors you're going to use or what the end result's going to be?
Not really, but
Okay.
maybe during, as I'm creating it, I'll take time to kind of step back and analyze as I'm doing it. But it really just comes from the soul. It's just that guides it, and there's really no plan or rhyme or reason.
Now, is there ever a time where, you're working on a painting and then you walk away, maybe come back to it a day or 2 days later, and then you decide you don't like it?
100%.
Really?
But the things like that tend to, it often goes in a really interesting direction, because what I hated and I paint over usually becomes a background.
Oh, okay.
So then I've done it, quite a few times where I'm like, oh wow, that painting that I spent a week on that I didn't like, and then I painted on top of it. Now it's kind of, it works itself out to be, a good final end product.
Okay, and then it's a masterpiece in the end.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. All right, so can we take a look at some more of them?
Sure. Let's go.
All right, great.
So,
So, Kevin, I was taking a look around, And I especially love this one.
Thank you.
I mean, this one is just so cool. I didn't even realize at first that it had a saying in it. Because for me, I don't know, it takes me a minute to process. So first, I noticed like the figure here, then my eye goes to the color, and then I was like, wait a minute, there's words in there too.
Yes.
So cool, so much to look at. And the saying, if the camera picks it up, actually very true.
Yes, this was from a series I did called the Truth Series. So it's if you eat right and exercise deliberately spelled wrong, you are still going to die. I mean, it's true.
It's a fact of life.
It is.
And when I got to the bottom, I was kind of like, because I like to eat right and I like to exercise, and I was like, oh yeah. And then I read the bottom, I'm like, oh, damn, that's right.
Right.
What can you do? So you might as well enjoy art in the meantime.
Exactly.
Right?
And live life to the fullest.
Exactly. So the other thing I was noticing about this piece is like this frame is just gorgeous. So do you usually frame your pieces, or do people buy them and do whatever they want?
I do. Sometimes I'll frame them if the feeling's right. And this one just, the way it was with the juxtaposition of the gold frame, just, it spoke to me. So, clients will often, ask, should I frame them? But a lot of this art is better left unframed sometimes.
Okay.
It just makes a statement on its own.
Yeah.
But there's always the choice, like with this one, it just kind of works together and feels right.
Yeah, well, and I agree. Like for me, I love the gold frame, and it kind of picks up those golden yellow tones in there. So for me, it ties it all together. So
it definitely
I
sets
love
it
that.
off.
Yeah, that's a great piece. Now,
Thank you.
if somebody were to come in and say they love this piece, but they don't want it, it framed, and they want like different colors, like, will you do custom work?
Sure, yeah. I do custom work all the time, not only for collectors, but for interior designers that will come in and they're looking, they're like, oh, I love this, but, it really doesn't go what I'm looking for. I'll do custom work all the time, not only with the abstracts and neo-expressionism stuff. I do it with pet portraits and things like that.
Oh, so people's pets.
Yeah, and I'm a huge animal lover, so that's just kind of, it warms my heart to do them. It's fun the whole time.
Okay, so we'll have to check those out. So if somebody has like a dog, right?
Yeah. Cat, lizard, horse.
Do they bring a picture? Oh, even a horse, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they'll bring you a picture.
Yes.
And then you do your thing with it.
Yep.
All right.
That's how it works. We'll both send me a picture, send me 10 pictures, and we'll pick one that not only works for the client, but one that I feel translates for my style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. So it's a collaboration.
It is.
All right, let's check those out.
Cool.
All right, so Kevin, you were talking about the pet portraits.
Yep.
And I didn't realize you had one right over here that you're working on. So this is the photo.
Yep, that's the photo that the client and I decided would translate the best.
Okay, and then
what
did you do with that?
This is one, work in progress. So I work with heavy line work, so it's not realism per se, but it's my version of realism. And this is kind of, you want to hold them up and you can see them next to each other.
Yeah. How cool is that?
So yeah, I love doing the portraits. Custom, if you have a pet, you want to pop art it,
yeah.
let me know.
All right, and then, so are you usually like painting here
Yes.
in the studio while like people are coming in?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people could come in and see you in action.
Anytime.
I see. I see
Speaking
that
of action.
that art critic. Isn't he a good client of yours?
He is a good client.
Sorry, just popping in.
Just pop in. Oh, well, let's grab him. I'm gonna head outside and grab him. So these pet portraits are really, really cool.
Thank you.
So get your pictures together and bring them to Kevin, and you can have one of your very own in your own house.
KVH, Pop Art Pets, dog, cat, bird, horse, lizard. I do them all, so.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, Kevin.
Thank you so much. It was so nice having you here.
Thank you. So that was so cool at the Kevin Von Holt Gallery. I saw so many fun things. And while I was walking around, I found a real live art critic Chornus, I think, is your
Yes,
name, right?
that's me, Chornus Merriweather.
And did you say you just flew in from Zurich?
I just flew in from Zurich. I fly all over the place to critique these arts.
So wait, is Zurich, like, is that by Staten Island?
Please, I wouldn't step foot in Staten Island if you paid me.
Oh,
and
my
trust me,
goodness.
they pay me, okay?
So what did you think of the art?
I thought the art was fantastic. The piece de resistance was probably the one with the large membrane. I won't go any further.
Oh,
but,
boy. Okay.
There are a few customers that I would call the fashion police on. I wouldn't want them in there, but I won't let that affect my opinion of the art. It's fantastic. I come here often. There's a farmer's market. I get fresh fruits.
Oh,
and then I
nice.
come in and I look at the art, and Mr. Kevin Von Holt is just splendid. I love him so much. You know, I think... Let me tell you something, okay?
Oh boy.
This is one of the finest galeries I have seen in a very long time.
In
so
a long
don't
time?
don't sleep on Sleepy Flemington, honey.
Maybe ever.
Ever.
Wow. Are you going to add some to your own personal collection?
Oh, honey, I already asked them to paint me up. I mean, make me a painting.
Oh. Okay.
I cover my bathroom. It has a lovely piece by Kevin Von Holt. Yes.
Oh,
in the bathroom.
Did he come out and paint it on site?
I wish.
Oh.
Come on.
Well, you know.
You see this guy?
Maybe you got to open up the pocketbook a little
You know,
more.
I don't want to reveal too much and embarrass them, but you know, he used to be a hairdresser. He used to be my hairdresser. Yeah.
You're kidding.
Oh yeah, in Philadelphia, where I had my start.
Oh,
yeah,
I had
he was
no
a hairdresser. He used to do my perms
Oh my.
before I had this little flip flap.
Did he do multicolor in your hair?
Oh, he did a little personality. We used to call it frosting. Is what we used to call it. And we did a little before I had this little labia flip flap here. I liked to do a perm, and he would do my perms. And one day I saw he had the arts on the wall, and I said, "What are you doing in here, cutting this hair? What are you doing? Start your gallery." I'd like to say, I would like to think that I am responsible to some degree for this.
So this is
Wonderful.
really you're the mastermind behind
I
this.
wouldn't say I'm the mastermind, but I surely was an inspiration.
Oh, I'm sure you were inspiration in many ways.
Hello.
Tremendous, many ways.
Stop it.
All right. Well, thank you.
I love you. What are you doing later? We're gonna have drinks.
Oh, we're gonna go to hang out in the coffee shop later. You want to come?
Yes.
All right. Let's go.
Love her. Love her.